Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And you can tell by the picture, you guys already know what it is. What if Deku was Bill Cipher Part 6? And where we left off, Deku was about to make a deal with All for One. And I scrolled through your guys' suggestions, and I saw this one that really interested me. Let me see if I can find it right here. Give me a second. Basically, what the deal was, Deku would fully heal All for One, but he wouldn't tell him about the backdraw of his cord. And Deku's part of the deal is that All for One becomes one of his puppets. Basically, Deku contains full control. No, yes, he basically has full control over All for One's life, which is, I gotta say, it's interesting. Having control over the number one villain. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I know it's here somewhere. By Brian Trevino, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. That's where I got this idea from. Shout out to him for the great suggestion. Shout out to everyone who commented on the last video. And so basically they make the deal. So basically All for One fully recovered. And when the heroes attack and All for One's about to face off with All Might, Deku he snapped his fingers. He's in his chair. He's on his little throne, just in the middle of it, watching his fight. About to watch this fight go down. And then he pulls a Mortal Kombat. He's like, fight! And they both rush at each other. And if Deku doesn't step in, All Might's gonna lose. Because this is Prime All for One versus not Prime All Might. And then Deku gets bored of the fight because it's all going one way and he doesn't really want he doesn't really want All for One to win. So he drops down. He snaps his fingers. He's control over All for One. Full control. It's like the hypnosis that glitch trap Deku has in the new What If I started up. It's basically like that. If you don't know what that is, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go check it out. It's on the channel. It's basically what that is, but his eyes turn yellow instead of purple. And All Might's a little questioned by this, because All for One just stopped dead in his tracks. And is just standing there, and then Deku tells him to go to sleep, and he goes and he falls asleep on the ground. 1 second, guys. Then All for One passes out asleep. He's restrained, and Deku gets all the credit because this was on a live camera feed. And you guys are yeah. So it's very interesting, very different. That's what I like about it. And I don't want to put this. So that's over. He gets a lot of credit because he just took down the number one villain without doing nothing, with a snap of his fingers. And so that's it. Let's say they get a break. Let's say Deku and everyone was there. They got a break. Yeah. And how do I want to put this? So work studies. He does Nezu, because Nezu is very, very interested in this quirk because it's so extravagant, unique. I can think of 1,000 synonyms and they could all mean the same thing. And how do I put this? He gets there, and let's say he makes one final deal. You know what? Let's say he shows up at he's not me. He shows up at what's his face's office, Night Eye's office, and he says he wants to get into his work study, and as you know, Night Eye wants to one, he wants to see what his quirk can do, and two, yeah, to earn his way. So basically, the deal is that he makes a deal with Deku, and Deku, using his quirk, means it can't be broken. This deal cannot be broken. So basically, the deal is if he can beat Mirio in a one-on-one fight, he will let him in his internship. But if he loses, he doesn't get the internship. Period. Or no, he has to tell Night Eye everything about his quirk. And then Deku's like, deal. So they get to like the little gym training area. And remember, Deku knows everything. Like everything. It's just one of his powers to have eternal knowledge. And the fight starts. Mirio tries to, use his normal moves, as in trying to phase through the ground and hit Deku very fastly, trying to knock him out with one punch. Doesn't work. Deku just dodges. Keeps dodging. Until Deku gets bored and snaps his fingers, teleporting Mirio onto the main stadium using his telekinesis. I'm pretty sure I gave him telekinesis to hold him in place. And then he bounds him with his blue chains to the ground. And Mirio is knocked out by getting hit in the back of the head with Deku's cane. Because I want to make that it's funny to me, I don't know about you. And Night Eye's in complete shock because he just saw Deku 1, teleport Mirio out of the ground, 2, hold him in place with telekinesis, 3, bind him with blue chains, and 4, knock him out with a cane. And how do I put this? So basically, yeah, Deku gets into his work study. He's on patrol by himself because it's Deku. He's took down All For One. I'm pretty sure he can do patrol on his own. And I don't want to put this. Yeah, he's on patrol. He's walking down the street. He walks in front of an alleyway, and he gets ran into by a little girl. And Deku kneels down to see if the little girl's okay. And then he reaches into his jacket pocket. Into his jacket pocket. Pulls out a lollipop and gives it to Eri and tells her to get behind him. And right on cue, not All For One, Overhaul walks out of the alleyway. And then Deku is like, now, I want to make a deal. And Overhaul's like, what kind of deal? If you beat me in a one-on-one fight, if I beat you in a one-on-one fight, the area over here comes with me to the Hit Pros. But if you win, you can take Eri back, and you got another person off here that you don't have to deal with. Then Overhaul is like, deal. Then Deku snaps his fingers. And they arrive into this big coliseum, much like the one in Rome. And basically all of Overhaul's goons are in Overhaul's side of the in the stands, and everyone from All Might to all of Class 1A to Night Eye's agency is on his side where the stands are. No, the whole of UA is over there on his side, and the whole of the Chisaki gang is on Overhaul side, and it's just a one-on-one match. And then everyone cheering like all of UA is like, Deku, 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 and then everyone, and then all Overhaul goons are just like all cheering for him. And then the match starts. The announcer, because let's say he just got an old friend of his to be the announcer, like as an old friend to be the announcer. He's like, 3, 2, 1, fight! Oh, and the Overhaul goons, and no one can interfere because there's this unbreakable force field around the stands, so they can't interfere with the fight until Deku wants them to. So they're just trying to go at it. Overhaul's going back and forth and back and forth, trying to attack Deku. It's not working. He basically, what Deku's doing, basically using a better version of he's mixing his levitation with his permeation, where he's kind of just floating through the spikes that Overhaul's forming. And then Overhaul tries to touch him. He grabs Overhaul by both of his wrists, and blue cuff chains, like much like the ones on Todoroki in the picture here. He basically just got cuffed by blue chains, and in the middle of those chains where the two connect, a ball and chain form, pinning Overhaul to the ground, and Overhaul can't move. Like, he feels this thing, and he feels it, and it feels like he's being pulled down by an entire mountain. And he tries to use his quirk on the chains, but it doesn't work because these chains are unbreakable. The announcer starts the countdown. 3, 1, 2, 3. He's out of here. Overhaul just lost. Then he lets down the barrier for all for the heroes. Chisaki is taken away, still wrapped in the blue chains. Everything that happens to Overhaul is all in canon. He loses both of his arms to the League. All of Chisaki's gang is also captured by the League. I'm not the League. The heroes. Deku kind of just forms a cage, basically a cage. It's like a giant invisible box, and they're just stuck in there till the pros manage to round them all up, and they're all taken to jail. Sports festival thing. How Deku beats Gentle Criminal. What he does is that he makes a deal with Gentle Criminal. He will give him a lifetime supply of a super rare tea that Gentle has never had if you leave UA alone. Gentle agrees. It's that lifetime of rare tea, and school festival goes to normal. And that's it for this part. That's it for this what if, guys. I would do it longer because I've had fun with this what if, but season 5 of the anime is not out yet, and I don't really feel like reading the manga, so that's it. Make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next part. Peace.